Hey everybody, welcome to the last tutorial. In the first two, we looked at what Jekyll is, and then in the second one, we looked at the structure of the scaffold, what it does for you, and where you can go to make your edits and get going building the website as fast as possible. So in this tutorial, I'm going to assume that you've built a beautiful website and that you're ready to push it to the internet. And Jekyll has a really neat relationship with GitHub, and GitHub will host these websites for free. So that's the route we're going to go today. One assumption that I have going into this is that you already have a familiarity with GitHub and how it works and it's set up with your account and your computer and all that stuff. So if you don't have that, get that going and then come back to the video. I'll still be right here. So let's jump right into it. This process is not super straightforward, but once you do it a couple times, you got it. And it's very important that you get every single little detail of the configuration right, otherwise it just won't work at all. The first thing to do is navigate to your GitHub account page, and we'll be creating a new repository. So come up here, create a new repository. We'll call it AT in this case. Initialize the repository with the readme, and here it is. Now, this URL over here, I'm going to go ahead and copy that and open a new terminal window. I'm going to change directory to the desktop and then say git clone and then paste the URL. Now, we're going to move the contents of the project folder into this new Git repository. And from here, we'll do a little bit of configuration in Sublime. So open that in Sublime. The first thing to do is to go to the includes and then the head.html file. And this leading slash right here, I don't know why it's there, but if you leave it there, the CSS page won't connect and your page will not render properly. So get rid of that and save. Then come over to config.yml and change the URL to your username.github.io. And then for base URL, do slash, and then the project name, and then slash again. And save that. Now, in the process of moving everything from the example folder to the project Git repository, one of the files didn't transfer over because it's hidden, and that's the git ignore. So we'll make a new one here. And that will have site and I believe it's SAS cache. Yes. So make your git ignore with those two lines. And I believe we're ready to roll. So let's try this. Change directory in the terminal to go to the project repository, and then do the whole git adding, committing, and pushing process. Now, if everything has gone right, when we come back to GitHub's website and we reload the page, all of our files will be here. Now, to let GitHub know that we would like these particular files and folders to be rendered into a website, we have to make a branch called gh-pages. So create a branch, hit enter on gh-pages, and you have this new branch. Next, navigate over to settings, change the default branch to GH pages, and if we're lucky, it should have worked. So let's try it. Sometimes it renders like this when it's having struggles with life. I don't know what to tell you, it's probably cached poorly. But the way to overcome that problem is to open the link in an incognito window. And look, it's working. Yay! Try restarting your computer, clearing your cache, whatever. Sorry, that was reflexive. I used to work in tech support. But your site is there, and it's ready for its debut to the world. One more note that I have for you. If you would like to set your repository to live at a custom URL rather than username.github.io/project name, that's a pretty easy thing to take care of. You can, in your project folder, make a new file and call it cname. So we'll just use danielschafer.com and save it as cname. So the one line in this cname file is the URL that you want it to point to, and you just save it like that. Now, that's not the whole thing, because you have to go to your domain host, whether it be GoDaddy or Namecheap or whoever else out there, and tell it to point to a GitHub page. And that's just a matter of Googling like how to set up GitHub pages on GoDaddy, and there will be plenty of tutorials telling you which IP address to forward to. But once you set that up, and once you set up the cname, now you can navigate to this URL that you've set up here, and it will show your custom website. That's it. Thanks so much. Don't forget to hit thumbs up if you loved it, thumbs down if you hated it, and maybe leave a comment if you have other ideas for tutorials that you'd like to see next. Thanks so much for watching.